All right. So we're out here doing a little fishing ride today on a Sunday. So there's going to be a lot of people out here. Although once you get out onto the path pretty far, kind of thins out. So it's not so bad. I'm going to try and fish today, but seeing as there's a lot of people that are probably going to be out and about today. Probably one of the best days we've had so far. I think it's about 75. Might go to 80. And it's Mother's Day, so that actually might cut down on the numbers a little, because people are going to be hanging out with their family. But some of them also hang out with their family at the river and fish. So we'll have to see if we can get in anywhere. Comes a motorbike to like 40 miles an hour. I hope he survives. So it's just gonna be like a quick intro, and then when we start hitting our spots, trying to fish, we'll go from there. Alright, so here's this dam. We got a whole campground going on the other side. I see poles sticking up. So probably not going to be able to fish over there, even though we might be able to get something over there. This side is, we got poles out over here, but the water is really too high to walk out into the water unless you're going to go out there in the middle. You'd be up to your waist. It's not how I usually fish. This water is still humming pretty good right now. Hasn't come down much. I don't know, I'm tempted to look at that other side because I only see one pole. But I would have to walk in the water over there. I don't know if I can. Here. All right, so at our next spot, this water is cold, but there might be something hanging out here. Surprisingly, there's no lines hanging in the water here, so we'll have a free shot at the edge of this white water here that we want to hit. I'm up to my knees right now, so, and it'll probably go down a little bit more, but I want to throw it right in this, on this edge here, and even into the hard white water, and let it drift, let it feed down. See if there's anything around here at all. I know there'll probably be carp around. We got a big one at Algonquin that ate the jig, so hopefully we don't hook into one of those. I don't know what they got roasting over there, but it doesn't smell like anything that I can that I can identify. I don't know what it is, so This water still, I think, is a little too cold to be drifting in this hard water up here. You're talking about like bass and stuff coming up here, and it's a bit hard to be able to drift and keep it in there long enough. All right, so we do have a line hanging down there. What I want to do is let it hang right on the edge to where this water circulates back up like that. There could be something hanging out right there. Although the water is cold, so it's not really optimum. That's probably why there's not a whole bunch of lines all hanging in here, because it's still a bit cold. The water is still a bit cold. Let's give it a shot here, though. I already committed to getting wet, so I was hoping this water would have warmed up a little more, though. I'm almost up to my phone in my pocket, over my knees. Really, I just want to work this edge here, though, and into that white water out there. See if I can get going further, because I don't really want to go any deeper. Big pile of rubbish there. I just saw a fish. Oh, I see fish jumping over there. Could be a little, I don't know, a little shad or shiners or something. So that's good if they're coming up here, and something ought to come up here to eat them. Might be too many minnows in here, though, because I just saw a big school of minnows right on the edge of this white water here. So that's the trick, is getting a fish if they're up here to hit your jig, as opposed to the big school of minnows that are in here. But if they're aggressive enough, your jig will be the slow one that doesn't run, and all the other fish take off, and yours is left sitting there. And that's the one they hit. I don't think they're chasing right now. These minnows just seem to be swimming around freely in here. I don't know about further out. I usually don't go out into the center like a lot of people. I usually push the edges. I usually do pretty well too. I know there's a line of rocks here too. That fish will kind of hide in there. There doesn't appear to be anything going on right now, though. So I just wanted to get a look here at a lot of those mayflies flying around. These are just swarming. I don't know if he took his pole out or not. Okay, he took his pole out. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try some shots from a little further down, throwing it up a little bit, so we'll have a little more time in the zone we're trying to fish in. No, not really. It just shoots down really fast. Really need this water to calm down a little. Fish like this, because we're not fishing with a big weight, just throwing it up in there and letting it sit there like a lot of people do. Alright. Well, I thought I was going to get lucky, but I didn't see anyone, but they all got their poles all hanging out over here. So there ain't too many spots I can squeeze into and cast. The water is still up a bit, but it's definitely coming down. I don't know what it's going to look like at my other spot, my favorite spot, if that's going to be all packed. The other side of the dam here is not really all that great to fish right now because of the high water. I'm just going to try and drop some down. It's going to be hard for all these poles in the way though. If there's anything left, even anything left in here. I'd be surprised if there was any fish left in here that they didn't already catch. Looks like they got bobbers and minnows down too, so. See if we can sneak in here and pull something out of here among the trees, all these poles. I guess these guys skipped out on Mother's Day, but they're trying to catch their Mother's Day meal. Just had something take a swipe at it. I just saw a bass come up right there, right in front of me, about 20 feet out. Looked like a nice size one too. It could have been something that was already caught. It's still hanging around. going to be hard to get a fish in. If I do get one, I'm going to have to go around all these poles. Let's see if that bass was coming up in here. He was definitely hanging around. It's just heavily overfished. See where this line's going. See if I have a little room to flip out here. Where that bass was at. Thought I just saw another fish flash in that area. Alright, so we're on the other side of the dam now. The water's really churning over here. But sometimes it's good to hit this water right where the stream hits the water coming down, and right in front of these rocks here. We tried these last time, but the water's really churning, like I said, so it can be difficult. Because you really need that jig to just kind of ride on that edge right there, where that white water is hitting the stream there. And that's usually a good area for fish to hang out at. If you can get your jig to just kind of swim right on that edge there, something might be hanging out. And then in here, if it's a little bit lower in front of these rocks here, sometimes there'll be some nice bass hanging out there. Kind of disappointed when I saw all those rods in the water over there. I couldn't see them from this side. I didn't even see a person. They're like camouflaged, like they're hiding. All the rods were sticking up, but I didn't see all the rods sticking up. I like to take one more step so I can just kind of hang this in front of these rocks here. See if something might be hanging out in front of these rocks. I'm going to try this rough. There's a really rough area over here. Try to hang in front of the rocks here. This used to be a really good spot. So the water's a little strong right now though. For something to be hanging out in here along these rocks. Give this area one more chance here. Let's let this jig kind of hang in there and swim around. Hitting me hard to see it, but it just gets pulled into that current. and then just kind of swims around and bounces around. That's a good way to fish. Oh, is that a snag? Yeah, we got a carp snag. Is that in the tail, or did that thing actually eat it? I don't know if this line's gonna hold up. Oh, there's water down there. Crap. Looks like this could be a quillback. He may have eaten this jig. I don't know if you guys saw him or not. Let's see if he'll tire out, because I don't want to try horsing him on this pole. Yeah, he's got it in his mouth. He ate that jig. That's a nice one. Let's see if I can get this jig out. There he goes. Tore his jig up. So that's what happens when you fish in these rapids sometimes. You get a big old guy like that. I don't know if that was a quillback or if that was a young, well, it was pretty big, so I'm gonna have to put another jig on here. I have no idea how big that thing is. He didn't make it back in the water yet. It's hanging out in these rocks. He hasn't made his way back out yet. There you go. Alright. But I think that's going to wrap it for over here, because I don't want to be hooking into those things. Alright. So there's our little adventure at Algonquin Dam here. Got a nice big carp, that's about it, but a little tricky to fish right now. That high fast water still churning like that. We're gonna try see if we can sneak into a couple other spots here downriver.